When I listened to Alex Hormozi talk about this topic in his podcast episode, I resonated deeply with it. And today I want to share with you my reflections and what I learned. Hi everyone, my name is Kian. I run a company focusing on corporate training, business consulting, and employee engagement. We've worked with more than 10 multinational companies and more than 2,500 employees across 15 different countries, including Canada, Australia, Germany, China, Japan, Hong Kong, Taiwan, Singapore, Malaysia, and so forth. And the lesson that I resonated deeply with Hormozi about is the idea of trying very hard. So in one of his podcast episodes, he talked about how in the past, he used to be someone who prided himself for doing very little and achieving a lot. He had a classmate who was trying very hard and perhaps was not naturally as intelligent and talented as Hormozi was. And he would shame that person. And at that time, Hormozi would think, oh, this guy had to try so hard just to get about as close to me as he could. And when they were applying for college, Hormozi was aiming for Duke. And at the end, he didn't get accepted into Duke. But his friend, whom he used to shame and make fun of and look down on, got into Duke. And when I heard that, I resonated deeply with it. In fact, I resonate so deeply with it that I actually have an entire chapter dedicated to this idea in my memoir, which is now available for pre-sale. Please download a copy, purchase one, and I hope you learn something from it. But anyhow, in my memoir, I titled this chapter, Don't Be a Tryhard. When I was in high school, there seemed to be this culture of presenting yourself as not trying very hard and still attaining stellar results. So nobody explicitly said that I wouldn't be a tryhard, for example, but we would make fun of each other for being tryhards. And a lot of people who presented themselves as not trying very hard, so for example, they would slouch, they would not pay attention in class, they would proclaim that they did not study for exams. But these people would be the same ones who had stellar grades across the year group. And there have even been instances when my friends would see me rewriting my essay to ensure that I had a better piece. And they would come to me and they say, hey, Ken, why are you trying so hard? Don't be a tryhard. And the implication was that if you're really, truly intelligent and you're really, truly gifted, then you would not be trying that hard because you would not need to try that hard. And for a time, I really thought that that was the way to go. In fact, it even translated to badminton, competitive badminton. I used to be a competitive badminton player when I was in high school. And I would not perform my best in matches, but still want to win because I wanted to convey that, hey, I wouldn't have to try very hard, but I could still win the match. And that cost me a lot of matches, to be honest. There have been many matches where I could have won, but my opponent had a comeback, for example, because I didn't try hard enough. And then my realization occurred when my high school exam, my GCSE, was nearing. Then the fear of not doing well in the exam really overwhelmed me because I was also trying to apply for an A-level scholarship. So at that time, I tried really hard. I didn't care about what anyone thought anymore. I was just burning myself in exam papers to ensure that I did the best I could and achieved the best results I could so that I could retain the scholarship offer that was conditional. And I got really good results. And when I got my transcript from my teacher, it occurred to me that the result that you attain is yours. Who gives a damn what people think about trying very hard? Likewise, who gives a damn if Hormozi's friend had to try really hard, that he may not be as talented as Hormozi? The guy got into Duke. Hormozi didn't. And of course, we have different measures of success. But if we perceive that getting into Duke is really important, like how I perceive doing well in my GCSE is really important, and that my conditional scholarship is very important, then I wouldn't care about what other people thought about me. I just want to achieve my goal. So I think that it's really important that as far as this aspect of life, we should not let others influence us. In fact, when I was at pre-university, during my A-levels, I prided myself as someone who tried really hard. If my friends and my teachers saw that I was trying really hard, I took pride in it. I don't think that trying very hard means that I'm not intelligent. If anything, if I could try hard and get good results or stellar results, then great, all the better. And this mindset really helped me a lot up to university and even right now running a business. I'm not afraid to show that I want to try very hard and I'm someone who tries very hard. And that is what I resonated deeply with Hormozi with. Well, I hope you learned something new. If you're someone who feels peer pressured or just generally pressured because you're afraid that trying hard means that you're not sufficiently intelligent or talented, then I think the lesson for us would be to try hard anyway. Because at the end of the day, even when we take a look at the psychological literature, conscientiousness, which is related to being disciplined, responsible, industrious, working hard, is the biggest non-cognitive predictor of how successful you would be financially and academically, suggesting that all things equal as far as your intelligence is concerned, if you work very hard, your likelihood of success will be higher. And that should remind us that we should all be tryhards. Not in a way that's affectatious, but in a way that really directs us appropriately so that we may near our goals. Like the video if you enjoy it, leave a comment, share your thoughts and ideas. I'll respond to all of them. Please subscribe to the channel. And if you're interested to find out how I built a six-figure business at the age of 24, please watch the video that is popping right now, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you very much for listening.